Hi, everybody. This is Professor Chance, and I'm here with a brief thought. So, I was thinking, what is the difference between science and religion? Now, oftentimes we think about both of them in completely different and diametrically opposing ways. One of the things that make them similar is the notion of faith. And faith is a thing that says, well, I believe in something, and I believe in something not without necessarily having evidence. And that's a big distinction, but I'll get back to that in a second. Religion says here are a set of immutable truths, and these truths have been set forth, and you must believe them. And if you don't believe them, then it's under penalty of death or perhaps loss of eternal life, whatever the religion might be. But there's a set of truths, and you must believe them without evidence. Therefore, that's where the faith comes in. But here's where science comes in. And some may argue, well, you have to have faith to believe in science. You have to believe in the scientists. You have to believe in their methods. You have to believe in the peer review process. You have to believe in the actual experimentations and the observations that are made in order to come to a conclusion that takes a hypothesis to a theory and then eventually to a scientific law or fact. Well, the difference between science and religion, in my opinion, is simply this. Science says that this may be what we consider truth today, but we will use evidence, we will use experimentation, we will use data to test this truth. And if we find it wanting, then we will move the idea of truth to a new location. And so that is driven by experimentation, data, peer review. That means a multitude of people looking at the same thing who are trained in a particular area to look at this and determine if the conclusion and the results are true. And if they're not, then that can be moved and that theory can be upended. And we have examples of that. Some of the greatest theories of scientific theories you can imagine have been changed over the years. For example, Newtonian mechanics. That's a good example. That has been understood as being the theory to understand how things move around in our universe. But along came quantum mechanics and completely upended what we know about these processes. And so the evidence and the measurements told us that we must rethink the theory, and we did. That's not something you will ever see in religion, because religion set the truths and we must come behind it and believe it as it is already said. So just something to think about. Let me know what you think. You can comment, you can subscribe, you can like, and just tell me what you think. You may disagree with me completely, but I'd like to hear from you. All right? Take care.